A very good afternoon to one and all. Welcome to Studental. I'm your host for today, Dr. Jasmeet Chandu, founder of Studental. So today's session we are going to talk with Dr. Vaibhav Garg. He's our guest speaker today, and for helping him, we have Dr. Garima Saxena, who is a co-host. She'll be helping us with the session. Few instruction for you all. Kindly keep your mics on mute and videos also. If you keep on mute, you'll be able to see the better screening of the videos. So starting with the studental part, why we have started studental. So I'll be just giving you a brief introduction regarding the studental, what it is exactly and how it will help the students in coming years. So we have started studental 1.5 years back, and with the purpose of helping all the students who remains in a dilemma whether to start with the practice or whether to go for a MDS courses, whether to start with some other courses after the completion of their graduation, and for the students also who are in their first year, second year, third year, or whatever year, and they don't know how to go about in dentistry. So why studental? Why we have chosen studental? There are different reasons why you have to choose Studental, because it is a dedicated platform for all students, interns, and clinicians. It is the only platform which caters the dentist of young age. The young age dentists who are from the starting wants to know what to do and what not to do when they start with anything related to dentistry. So this is the only platform which is completely dedicated to the dental students and interns and the clinicians. So what we offer there, what we have offering is pre-recorded lectures and demonstration for all dental subjects. This is for the students who are studying dentistry. So what we provide all the pre-recorded lectures which are available. We have a library of more than 1,000 lectures available for the students. And what we are doing in this is we are keep on adding different mentors. So earlier we have started the student, we have started with 10 mentors and there were hardly 20 to 25 lectures. Now we have 85 mentors across India and overseas, and we have 1,000 plus lecture library which are pre-recorded lectures which you can watch anytime, anywhere in comfort of your home, and you can see the in-depth details of the lectures which are totally student oriented. There is no hi-fi thing which are added in that. It is all student oriented lecture and courses which will make it simplified so that you all can understand it. We will be doing continuing dental education updates with live webinars and discussions. We are available on Facebook, we are there on Zoom, we are on all the platforms, YouTube, Instagram, but we are not a channel. We are a site that is www.studental.com.in, which is there to provide you all the information regarding dental education. You can visit this website and you will be getting all the information, whether you are a student or a clinician or an intern. So we have started with the certified courses also. This is one of the good course which we are offering, that is diploma in endodontics. If you have already completed your graduation and you want to do something and you don't want to get into the postgraduate degree, you can go for a diploma. It's all the details are available on our website, that is studental.in. You can go there. You can ask us related to these diplomas. There are 10 mentors, international speakers who are going to talk related to this topic at a diploma. So the details are already mentioned. Another thing which we are having is if you want to study abroad in any part of the world which you want, if you want to study, that is the study abroad thing. We have a tie-up with Dental 101. That is our partner. We are going to have a webinar on 19th of this month. We are going to have a webinar 19th of this month at 4 p.m. That is Dental with Dental 101. They are going to guide you how to go about for studying abroad. Means starting from filling up the form till what expenses you're going to put, how much time it's going to take, what are the different courses available, everything you're going to see on this webinar. That is our partner program with Dental 101. They are going to teach you how you go about it. Then we have a limited subscription offer for the students, that is at the rate 500 per year. You can avail this. We have 100 plus exam oriented lectures. Now the exams are coming. So this is for the students only. We have 100 plus lectures which are in depth. This is with the best of mentors available just at the rupees 500. That is less than 2 rupees per day. So you can avail this offer. Go and visit studental.in and buy the subscription. That is just rupees 500 per year. See the lectures. If you like lectures, then you can upgrade it later on. But this is a basic lecture, basic series which you can buy, because we have a library of more than 1,000 lectures. This is just 100 lectures which we have done research, and we have found out these are the difficult topics which students come across. So you can go and see the site. That will be very useful for you. This is for the next week, what we're having on 12th of July, that is Exploring Pathway of Pulse. That again, we have another mentor, Dr. Pradeep Shetty. He's a master in conservative dentistry. He's going to take your topic, and we keep everything simplified for the students and the interns so that we go step by step. We don't teach any hi-fi things. We teach basic things which you're going to learn and which will be helpful for your practice as well as in your higher studies. So I'll be handing over. Any contact details regarding your courses, clinical courses, or any other courses which you want to take, uh, these are the contact numbers and addresses which you can see, and you can contact us on these numbers. You can screenshot these details. So going back to today's topic, I'm handing over the mic to our colleague, Dr. Garima Saxena. She's one of the intelligent students we have come across. Now she's a dentist. She's practicing with us right now. So.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Garima Saxena, your co-host for this session. I welcome you all to this webinar on the topic, Turn the COVID-19 Situation into a Boon. Today, we have a very esteemed and a renowned speaker with us, Dr. Vaibhav Garg sir, MDS Conservative Dentistry and Endodontics. He graduated from MS Ramaya Dental College, Bangalore, and completed his master's from Dr. D.Y. Patil Dental College, Pune. He is currently working as an assistant professor in Sri Banke Bihari Dental College, Ghaziabad, Uttar Pradesh, and is running a successful dental practice in the same city since 2015. He has published several PubMed indexed articles on root anatomy and fiber post systems, and is keen on conducting workshops, lectures, and hands-on activities for students since 2011. We welcome you, sir. Before we start the session, I request all the participants, all the students to please mute their mics and stop the video. If you have any queries regarding the topic, please write them down in the chat box and they will be discussed at the end of the session. Now, I invite Dr. Vaibhav Garg sir to please continue with the presentation. Sir.
Thank you, Garima, for this opportunity. Thank you, Jasmeet sir and Deepika ma'am, for this opportunity to meet so many students on one single platform. And a big hello to all the audience who are listening to me right now. So, let's do one thing. Let's get started with the presentation for today. it's about turning the COVID-19 situation into a boon. And this is the entire program has been organized by Studental. I am one of the mentors with the Studental, and it's a great opportunity for all of us to be on this platform. Uh, the topics I will be covering for all the students who are listening to us and interns and budding dentists: how to convert this crisis into an opportunity, how to smoothen your learning curve, how to overcome your exam stress, and we will find the purpose in your passion. We will also give you a necessary skill set how to survive the outer world. And for all the practitioners, I mean those dentists who have passed out their internship and right now they're working with some seniors, or they are preparing for their MDS exams, entrance exams. So how to come back to their routine dentistry and how to attain your job security. So, as we all know, we do not grow when things are easy. We grow when we face challenges. Uh, our previous generations have faced World War One, World War Two, and so many wars. India has been through wars so many times, and these have been difficult times for all of us. Right now, the latest situation is COVID-19. As we all know, it's a pandemic. That means a disease that has covered the entire world. Every continent has faced some sort of challenges with this kind of disease. Hope everyone is aware how this coronavirus works and how deadly it can be. So just a little introduction that already was given by Dr. Garima. I am a pass out from MS Ramaiah Dental College, and I was granted my master's from DY Patil Dental College, Pune, and I am running a private practice since 2015. So what we say कि अगर मैं कर सकता हूँ तो कोई भी कर सकता है. मैं अपने आप को एक बहुत सिंपल सा स्टूडेंट मानता हूँ. मैं कोई बहुत ब्रिलियंट स्टूडेंट नहीं हूँ. बट अगर मेरा नाम वर्ल्ड के टॉप एंडोडोंटिस्ट के साथ जोड़ा जा सकता है, एक पिक्चर में लाया जा सकता है, तो शायद ये मेरी सबसे बड़ी अर्निंग है. आप इन 3 फोटोग्राफ्स को देख सकते हैं, डॉक्टर पेरेमशटू, डॉक्टर क्लिफर्ड रडल एंड डॉक्टर जॉन वेस्ट. These 3 people are considered as the Trimurti of endodontics. They are the co-inventors of ProTaper, the biggest selling system in the world. Along with that, it was a fanboy moment for me in 2019 January when I was called at Colgate-Palmolive headquarters in Mumbai, and all my favorite teachers like Dr. Sandesh Maker sir, Dr. Akash Akinwa, Dr. Ajay Bajaj sir, and Dr. Ali Tankiwala sir, Dr. Porus Turner sir, Amit Gulati sir. So many seniors of my fraternity were there, and I was considered one amongst them to get trained at Colgate headquarters. That has been a great opportunity for me. So I would ask all the teachers to just be humble, and they teach and lead the way of their students as they have been doing all this while. Guru Gobind do kade kaku lagu paye, Balihari Guru aapne Gobind diyo bataye. So tomorrow will be the Guru Purnima for year 2020. That's 5th July. And I pay my gratitude to all my teachers on whose shoulders I stand today and see the world from their wisdom. The best teachers I have been through is Dr. Sergio Cutler. He's considered as the top authority in editorials and publications, and he can rip apart any article published in endodontics into pieces if the right kind of information has not been given to him. Dr. S.P. Agarwal is a known orthodontist and implantologist in Delhi. He has been very successful in his practice and is considered a milestone. Dr. Rajiv Verma has taught me what ethics are all about in dentistry and what all practitioner should do to keep himself grounded. And Dr. Nikhil Baguna sir has always told me how to be very simple while teaching things. So I dedicate my presentation to them. This in this COVID crisis time, dentistry has been affected tremendously, as we all know that a lot of dental practices had to shut down for more than 3 months since the lockdown has been imposed. And why our profession was impacted so much, because the entire disease belongs to this uh, oral cavity and saliva and the nearby areas, and the contamination can happen in big way. So uh, most of us, because for the security of their own family and their patients, and to stop the cross contamination of this disease, the the practices were brought to a very closure level. Almost no practice was done for almost 2 months. Slowly and gradually certain practices have picked up, but we still know that we are working with lesser force, we are working for very less hours, because the kind of personal protective equipment we all are wearing is very, very difficult to wear. It is very I must say, it is a claustrophobic experience if you have, and if you wear the N95 mask for a very long time, it can give you a slight hypoxia. So more than 3 hours or 4 hours, most of the practices are not running. Even if they are running, they are running in shifts or on alternate basis. So what we should do, first things first, as all of us are very precaution, we take a lot of precaution about our mobile phones. They are most precious things to us in today's time, and everybody is having their own mobile phones. And I believe most of the viewers will be seeing this webinar on their mobile phones. Uh, the day we buy our mobile phones, we try to protect them with the best of the screen protectors and covers. And the life is more precious than this mobile phone. A mobile phone can be bought again, but life cannot be. So I believe the basic routine of keeping social distancing, wearing a mask, and routinely washing your hands very frequently for 20 seconds, please follow it and make sure your family members are following it also, so that you can save their lives and at least keep them protected for from this deadly disease. So as we all know that what you are today, you will not remain same for within next 10 years. And what you have been today, you were not the same 10 years back. That means human race evolves. The favorite softwares that we are using nowadays, the generation, the millennial generation calls it apps. We used to call them softwares. So they are Facebook and Instagram and Google. I must say Twitter also. They have evolved over a period of time. They are not same. When the Facebook was discovered, or what we say was made for the first time, it was meant to find out friends, but it turned out to be the biggest social uh, app in the world. They also own the Insta right now. Instagram was one of the part of Bourbon. A small app was found, and it was found by the developers that a particular part of photographs is working properly, but other parts of the app are not very famous. So they focused on one portion of their entire app, and Insta was made a very favorite product right now. You must be knowing that uh, entire world, wherever Facebook is there, Insta is also following them. uh, Google was started as just a simple search engine, but right now, over 90% of the world information is processed by Google, and they have been considered as the the encyclopedia of all the information that can be available. They are working on artificial intelligence, they are working on medicines, they are working on all aspects of life. And Google has become like synonymous to search, that if we say we have to search something, we commonly ask our friends, yaar Google kar le isko. So that is the thing. The evolvement have happened. I believe all of us are humans, and we have been programmed to evolve over a period of time. We all will evolve. So best of luck for that. Uh, I will consider 2020 as an incomplete academic year. Most of the examinations were not conducted. The examinations that have been conducted, the results are not out. If some exams have been postponed, they have been postponed multiple times. And the career in dental colleges and all the academic areas of life, they have been a lot of loss, both by the universities and the students. Universities are not able to conduct exams and lectures properly, and everybody has to turn into the online sessions, like basic softwares like Zoom, Adobe Connect, Microsoft Teams, and Google Meet. They are the basics of uh, web hosting right now. And we used to see that these softwares were used by corporates for conducting long distance meetings. But in current time, it is a household thing. Everybody knows that there will be a Zoom birthday party that will happen, or the client meetings will happen on Google Meet. That is a free software right now. So I believe the world has changed tremendously in past three months. The kind of changes we couldn't get in 5 years time, in last 5 years, we have received this kind of change in these 3 months itself. All the payments have converted into online payments. Social distancing has become a major scene. And I believe when we are lost, we use GPS systems, something like this. If we consider the academic year or our lives at point A right now, and we actually want to be at point B, so it is our decision to go to point B. Any GPS system will ask you where you want to go, and they will find out a route for that. Something will happen in your lives also. We all know where we stand, and some of us are also thinking, where do we actually stand? But where we want to go, we might lose out that vision. So please be sure where you want to go. And I assure you, from this uh, presentation, you will reach heights. If you really know your point B, this presentation will help you big time. So with this limited thing and limited resources during this COVID-19 period, time is the only currency, and actually the best one. You are not spending on restaurants nowadays. You're not spending on holidays, and you're not spending a lot of things on uh, what you say, luxuries. And our expenses have come down to a certain extent, because all the household work has been distributed amongst the families, and we are not taking care of the maids and servants, because of the kind of disease that has spread in the entire world, and it might cause further spread of the disease. So time is the only currency, and you have to actually use it very wisely. So you have to utilize your time in the right way. I must say this presentation is all about 50 slides that we will cover, and the intention is we will cover the entire portion of the presentation, followed by a question answer session. So I should ask all the listeners to take a pen and paper for themselves. And if you have already sent your questions to Dr. Garima, that has been very wise decision. You have actually utilized your time very well. So just bring out your pen and paper and all your bets and bricks for me. So here the major portion of the presentation starts. You should know how to utilize your time very well. I must say, most of us do not talk to our teachers very fluently. We are kind of timid, and I don't know about today's generation, but in my time, we used to shy away from our teachers. We were not very frank with them. Even if we wanted to try to get in touch with them or use a very frank language, we were told not to use that kind of language, because there was a certain student-teacher relationship that was maintained. But uh, as of now, the teachers have mellowed down, and the kind of relationship a student and teacher share is is like a father and a son relationship. you share respect, but you are free to ask the whatever questions come to your mind. So that is a part of growth, and I still believe in it, that all every time I am in a situation or I feel I'm in a fix, I call up my teachers and find out a solution to it. So please get in touch with your college and your institute faculty. And I really understand that getting in touch with them is much more easier now, just with a phone call or a WhatsApp message. It is much easier, and you can reach to them in no time. Great time to revise your major question papers of the previous year and practice your answers repeatedly, because ultimately at some point of time you will be giving your uh, exams. There is only a postponement of the question of the exam sessions, but they have not been dismissed. So exams have not been dismissed. Please try to revise your question papers properly. What I would suggest is you should always delegate a time slot, and mostly it should be undisturbed time by the ambient noise and homely work. Around 4 to 5 hours are sufficient. Uh, these 4 to 5 hours should be, I believe, are part of solitude. That means these 4 5 hours nobody should take away from you. You should have full focus while reading and understanding your basic subjects. The weakest subject you have, you should start reading it right now. Most mentors say that early morning slots are helpful, but each student has his or her own cycle and routine, and we understand our timings better. So it is just a suggestion for a early morning slot because of the chemical reactions or hormones that happen in our body, and there much more points of retention of whatever we have studied in the morning time. But every student has their own style of studying or reading something, so stick to that system, but be consistent. Do not do uh, like small paroxysmal studies, or like what we say, small episodes of studies. It should be consistent, and it should be over a period of entire week. Please do that. So we have given 4 or 5 hours of the study, so out of 24 hours. So rest, what all we should do, like next 20 hours we have. And mostly we have heard our parents saying that we are wasting our time and we are not doing anything fruitful. uh, Most of us are knowing that what we are doing with our time. I believe it's just time to fine tune your schedule, and you will be able to make the best of your time. So easiest is YouTube and Facebook. I'm in tune with the time today that using YouTube and Facebook is almost like an addiction, and everybody has their own mobile phones, and it is readily available to see YouTube and Facebook. So how to use this Facebook and YouTube properly? That is the usefulness. If you watch useless videos of uh, dogs are barking, or there are some monkey videos that are happening, or some accidents, or some special bikes that are happening, or some events that are happening, I believe if 365 days into 5 minutes every day, you have almost reduced your lifespan by so many hours of, I would say, 1500 or 1600 minutes you have used wastefully. So don't do that. Use your time for watching video lectures and webinars by most of the clinicians and educators from first year to final year, and followed by internship. In first year to fourth year, so many topics are already available. You can type in YouTube any topic that you like, any topic, and you will definitely get a lecture for that. And you can get another perspective of learning that topic apart from your college teacher or the books that you are reading right now. Also, for the interns, there are two categories: interns who are preparing for their NEET PG exams, and the interns that are planning for their clinic and their clinical practice. So for both people, both kind of interns, we all have videos on YouTube and Facebook. Right now, yes, I would, if the same thing would have happened 10 years back, I would say, what is YouTube and why should I learn from online? But right now, YouTube and Facebook can be the biggest books that you can have. And it has been already proven that audio visual methods of learning stay with us for a very long time. That's why this webinar is happening, so that the impact of this webinar stays in the audience mind for a very long time. A certain clinical experience and knowledge, uh, along with the wisdom of clinical virtue, will be required to understand the essence of those lectures that are happening. If I ask you that, uh, if there is a earthen pot or a mud pot that is still weak, or still we say it's not being baked properly, it cannot hold a lot of information, but a lot of water. But if the same earthen pot has been baked properly with the kind of heat over a certain period of time, has been painted and polished properly, it can give uh, cold water, chilled water, or at least the water it will give will quench the thirst of so many people. So do not go in a haste and watch back to back YouTube videos or Facebook videos, but you can choose a topic of your choice. Try to understand the perspective of that educator. If you don't understand, watch that video again. Possibly you will understand the topic again. You can go back to your books, see what all examples or diagrams have been given or illustrations have been given for that particular topic. And I assure you, every time you read the same topic, you will learn more. Uh, it has been almost 9 or 10 years that I have passed my masters, and even if I, in today's day, if I go back to the same book and read the same chapter, I will find something correlating to the clinical situation today again, even after reading that book for so many times. Please go back to your books and uh, add your information that has been given by YouTube and Facebook, mince that information up and process it on your own, bring it to your own wisdom, and I assure you, you will be very good at your topics. And the concern about learning the clinic experience or seeing so many video lectures is, if we see those videos again and again, we might find out what all mistakes we are doing on everyday basis, and how to do that one less mistake every day. So that one less mistake topic is given to us by Dr. Vishal Gupta. He's an orthodontist from AIMS. He practices in Chandigarh, but he does beautiful composites. And I attended one of his workshops, and I'm in touch with him. I'm in touch with him, and he says that every time we learn something, we should not we should do one less mistake every time. Sorry for this technical glitch that happened just now. So what else we have to do? There is so much time left, already 4 or 5 hours given. Now we have already seen what we have to see for the academic purpose on YouTube and Facebook. Now what to do? How to use your time properly? So everybody has their own passion. Just pursuing passion is not sufficient, because at one point of time you might find that the passion you have been following for 10 years has given no purpose. But that should not happen. The passion should always have a purpose. If you want to learn guitar, as one of our favorite mentors Rudra Mohan has, he is a great guitarist. So it is not about making good music, it is about healing people. That is what his purpose is for his passion. And the passion is a totally different ball game. uh, find out your passion. You have to pursue your passion properly. You have to redefine your instincts, and you have to see what is the best is happening for you. as everybody can see this slide, for today's generation, I have kept just 3 photographs. There are more examples right now of the people who have followed their passion, uh, redefined their instinct, and used their time properly. There can be a set of parents or teachers who say that you cannot learn from YouTube, but uh, Neeraj Chopra is one of the biggest examples who learned his javelin throw from YouTube, and he's a gold medalist. He has won so many medals for India. Right now, he went through a shoulder surgery because he was not a proper athlete. He was not trained uh, for javelin throw through a proper channel of stadiums and sport teachers. So the way he used to throw his javelin, he uh, he he actually injured one of his shoulders, and he after all this learning that he went through in javelin throw, the kind of passion he turned his passion into a purpose and made his life different. Right now, all the top world javelin coaches are ready to teach him because what he has already achieved with his passion. Uh, on the on this side, everybody knows who's Bhuvan Bam. I should not discuss about him. He's such a big personality. I must have not kept even the names of these 3 people. Even then, the entire generation or all the audience would have been recognized them. Bhuvan Bam is a guy who started making his funny videos through just a mobile phone and started editing them and posting them. And right now, he's one of the best YouTubers in the entire South Asia Pacific and earns anything like a corporate channel. Also, with his acting skills and his whatever experience he made through this entire journey in 10 years or 5 years time, you would have seen that he has been endorsed by big brands like Lenskart and other brands, and Pizza Hut also, I guess he has been endorsed with. He's coming up with his short films, and right now he's making his own smart universe of different characters, comedy characters. So the kind of passion and the consistency he has put into, you should see into it. I'm not endorsing the kind of language he uses in his videos. I'm not endorsing for it, but the kind of passion he has thrown into, I'm for it. And everybody knows who Sandeep Maheshwari is. He started with a passion for mm, fashion industry and then followed by photography, and right now everybody in the photography industry knows him because of the kind of stock photographs he has got, and he is one of the best motivational speakers I've come across in Indian language. uh, the kind of empathy he shows towards his audience, and he joins them and connects them with his maiden language, it's tremendous. And even if he said that he will not give any more uh, uh, big events of mentorship, he started with his own small YouTube channel, and even then he stopped monetizing his own channel so that there are no advertisements between his lectures, and there is no break in the kind of connectivity he has with his audience. So I believe these are the right kind of examples we should see in our lives, and those people have used social media to change other people's lives. uh, as we all know, we were kids and we used to use this magnifying lens for burning small pieces of paper or burning small pieces of leaves, small leaves, dried leaves. This very experiment shows us that sunlight was always there on that piece of paper or that dried leaf, but when we actually focused them, they had great energy to burn out those paper and pieces of leaves. Same thing happened in our lives. We know that we are going through an academic education, and uh, we all have the same resources, the same books, the same teachers, the same kind of internet connection, or maybe the same orientation towards our profession, but we actually forget to focus or magnify our uh, intentions toward our profession. When I tell you, as a student, and right now when I teach so many students, when I look back, I see that uh, if I would have listened to my teachers a bit more properly, I would have seen so many. Uh, if I would have focused my energies more towards my education part and focused more on my academic activities, I would have had the same kind of success a bit more earlier. I'm not saying it is same, a bit more earlier, or uh, during the college time, we are misguided by so many other distractions that we lose the track of the purpose that why we have taken admission. Most of the students, out of 100 students that we had, only 2 or 3 students had a family background of dentistry. So their purpose was to follow the legacy, and they had that kind of orientation even before we understood what dentistry is all about. Before we know that there was any instrument for mixing and it is called, or carrying the instrument, it was made of a stainless steel, but we used to call it a plastic instrument. They used to laugh at us. But right now, uh, all those 97 students, apart from those 100 students, 97 students, 97% students had no idea where to go in life after this PDS. But yes, slowly and gradually, through the turn of time and the kind of experiences we gain over a period of our career, we make our own lives. We get our own maturity and we understand how things works for us. Some people are great in talking. They are not very good at clinical work, but they are great in talking and they are fantabulous clinicians. Some clinicians are very good in working. They have very clean hands. They work with lot of focus, and they also run successful practices. So your success is defined both with your communication skills and your clinical skills. They go hand in hand. If you are a very good clinician but you do not know how to speak very well, I don't know if you will be able to achieve success in a very limited stipulated time. If you're very good in communication but you don't know how to work properly, somehow you will not understand your patient's needs, and you might you might be flawed at your working. So what to do? We have to increase our skill set. uh, we have to have our own experience. We have to share our experience and improve our own experiences. We have to learn stepwise and in organized way. We have to see where we are lacking. We have to see our growth. We have to understand our competences, that some students are very good in oral surgery, and some students are very good in conservative activities. They do a very good cleaning and shaping. They're very good with minute instruments, but some students are very good with wire bending. So you have to understand your own competence. uh, you have to always learn the next level, so advanced training is required. You have to understand your own abilities, what is stressful for you and what gives you a freedom of expression. That means some students were so good at soap carving, and they were so good at the carving of wax models and their prosthetic work, that you can see the passion in their work. And I must say that everybody grows up to a great clinician at some point of time. So how we see that goals are achieved and how we actually set our life goals. Uh, at the end of this presentation, I will give you my personal mobile number. You will all audience will have my whole personal mobile number. You can message me what your life goals are. But whatever experience God has given me today, I'll try to give you stepwise, like a GPS map, how to go about and reach your own life goal. Everybody has your life goal. Dentistry is a part of life. Please understand, dentistry is part of life. It is heart of life, but it is not life. Dentistry is not everything. You have to understand where you disconnect from dentistry and you create your own life goals. I don't know if this is the right platform to talk about this thing, but dentistry is 8 to 10 hours of your life. It gives you livelihood, it gives you happiness with all the passion that you pour in. But apart from it, if you gain another passion, please also pursue that. That will give you happiness and your purpose to live more. So there is a small formula that we use with students, and this is a small technique. So uh, mostly students are confused what they have to do with themselves. This is small technique. Take a piece of paper right now. I hope a lot of students are doing this. They have their own piece of paper. Just write down 5 points, and out of 10 score yourself. How do you score your health out of 10? It can be 5, it can be 6, it can be 10. You can feel that you're very fit, or you can feel you're not very physically fit, or mentally very fit. But mental health is a big issue right now. uh, I'm not saying that you can assess your own mental health, but yes, you understand how happy you are. So happiness quotient, you can keep it out of 10. And if you're less happy, talk to your parents, talk to somebody who you are very close to, talk to your teachers about it. If let's give another example of academics. If you feel that you are a basic student, like you score very easily 40 to 60% marks, and there's you don't want to sweat about it, and you have other focuses, that make sure that whatever highest marks you can achieve with whatever effort you are putting on every day, you should give your marks accordingly. That means maybe 6 out of 10. And if you feel that you actually want to get more marks, not because of the pressure of the parents or of the society, but the marks because you want to get more marks, because you feel that you have more passion for dentistry and you want to go more into academics, you want to learn more, or you have got that maturity to understand dental subjects better and you want to work more, then this is your weak point. You should go ahead and get more marks. Coming to social, you should always not consider your Facebook friends and your YouTube followers as your social well-being. Your social well-being is defined in truthfulness. That means how close you are to your cousins, your siblings, your family, and your relatives. So if you have, I guess, 10,000 followers on Instagram, but you don't speak to your family, then I would consider it as zero. But if there is a moment in time that you're admitted to a hospital and 10,000 people are waiting for you outside the hospital just to see that how well you are, that means you are very socially uh, responsible and you have a lot more people to take care of you. So that is the real goal, I would say. Coming to spiritual, how close do you feel to your God, your almighty, your Khuda, your Allah, your Bhagwan? How close you feel to them? Do you feel that whatever you ask or whatever you pray for, you get it immediately, or maybe with a bit of struggle, but you're happy inside? You should write your own spiritual score. Economically, right now most of the students are listening to me, so I will not consider this as a goal right now. But when you pass out your internship and you enter into the real hard hitting world of dentistry, this score will become important for you. All the listeners who are listening to me right now, for who have passed out their internship, they're working, you should know how much you are earning every day. This is your score. So, and you have to ask your mentors and your colleagues and your associates and your senior bosses how to add uh, more score to this particular part, because they are the only people who will tell you how to earn more with lot of things, how to add your clinical skill and how to add your communication skill. These two soft skills and your proper clinical skills will help you earn more. Believe me, this is the mantra. This will help you in big way. So if you have a less score in some of the frames, start working and project yourself that where you will be in that same score in 3 months time, in 1 year's time, in 3 years time, in 5 years time, in 10 years time. I wish I knew this slide 10 years back or 15 years back when I was just I started with my internship. If somebody would have told me that this kind of scoring can help me achieve lot more, my career graph would have been, uh, I guess my success would have been ten times more from today's time. So whenever you learn this basic technique, start following this technique. This will help you in big way. Don't dishearten yourself that my score is less and I am not worthy and worthlessness is there. Don't do that. There are teachers, there are mentors, there are friends. They will help you come out of this. There have been like a lot of colleagues who have taken care of their health like anything. Before COVID time, they were not taking care of their health. They had their own clinical timings. They had their own eating habits. They have their own lifestyle. But within this COVID time, things have changed tremendously for them, and they have taken like the best of their health, the mint of the health that they have achieved in these 3 months. So believe me, this works. So the photograph I'm showing right now is of Albert Einstein. Everybody is inspired from it. In the middle of every difficulty lies an opportunity. This is just a photograph from internet. I really don't know if he has actually told this, but if you talk to any of the teachers, they will tell that every difficulty brings an opportunity. So what's the opportunity here? WTOH rule. What's the opportunity here? So I usually teach, when I teach practice management, I teach the ABCDE rule, but I have twisted this entire rule for this particular lecture. The opportunity for us in COVID time is there is no college right now. We are not traveling anywhere. We are in our houses, the best comfort zone anybody can have. So this is the time to bend our attitude. If we have been rude to some people, we can actually say sorry to them. Or if we are not liking somebody's attitude, we can always ask for guidance from our parents and to see how to bear with that attitude, how to go about that attitude. uh, the kind of age most of my listeners have is from 2022 to 24, 25. This age group mostly has 32 or what you say 36 ka ankda with the parents. They don't speak to their parents properly. They feel that they're individuals and they have their own freedom. I am with you. I don't say that this doesn't happen, that parents can have a different attitude towards you when you're growing up. They listen to you less or something. But ultimately, they are your parents. They do not deserve any disrespect from you. Please stop talking to them in rude behaviors. Be very kind to your parents. They have been through a lot. When you were very small, they have been through a lot just to be with you. And जैसे बड़े लोग कहते हैं ना, जब खुद पेरेंट्स बनोगे तब समझोगे, शायद वो चीज़ आप लोग अभी नहीं समझो. वो वो मेच्योरिटी अभी नहीं है, but 10 years down the line you will get that attitude and you will say, you will be very sorry about what you are doing to your parents. So it is just an emotional thing I am saying. uh, you can delete this kind of uh, information I have given right now if you don't like it. So coming to the behavior part, we can improve our behavior. We can understand our own culture better. We say that we are South Indians or we are North Indians or we belong to a particular community. But this is a time we should understand our own culture better, because when you move outside India or your own country, when you move outside your own country, then you feel a lot more closer to your own culture. You If you go to an American city or something, and you will actually find where Indian restaurants are or where more Indians are. Something like that in Australia also, or in Singapore also. You will try to find more Indianness. You will feel that I want to. That's my identity. Basically, my culture is my identity. and that's the way I feel. And this is a good time to get closer to your own culture. Coming to dexterity, if you still have all your instruments from your preclinical work, please start doing preclinical work, because all the exams, if not conducted on patients this year because of the COVID-19 pandemic, there is a highest possibility to conduct the same exams in a preclinical way. Please understand, if you have the preclinical work or instruments with you, start practicing on that. You will it will be of great help. And earning respect, it's your job. I cannot teach you how to earn respect, but yes, everybody has their own maturity, and you should know how to earn the respect that you deserve. uh, it's a great time to regain bond with the family and friends, and I believe they are the real assets in life. Lot of money will not help, lot of family members will help. Coming to what I do, I have tried cooking this time. uh, I have been a foodie all my life, and I have stayed in hostels since year 2000. So almost 13, 14 years I have stayed away from home, and that has brought me closer to cooking. I cannot stay hungry for a very long time, and I cook my own food in absence of my family. So when during these times when my family members are with me and I'm cooking, I I I listen a lot of stories from what my grandmother or my great grandmother used to do, or what my grandfather used to do, and what my nanny used to do. So all those stories are there, and that is helping me a lot. So that brings me closer to my grassroots. Coming to something of that is I consider pure gold is connecting to your parents' career graph. This is a high time. Your parents are also not moving out of the house because of the pandemic scare, or their working hours are limited. If they are into corporate culture or they're into offices, most of them are working with uh, their work from home culture. So this is a time you should ask your parents how what are hurdles they have been through and what they are doing. Uh, their life lessons are pure gold. Please listen to them. This is something that is so precious. Uh, if resources allow, please bring out your creative juices and make your own path. Try to do something very good out of your own life. What's the opportunity rule for other people? Like, what as a student I never used to do. I used to just had a ATM card. I used to go take out my monthly pocket money or whatever and use it, but never knew how to do personal banking. This is a good time. Banks are open with limited people, with limited staff, and they are ready to help you in understanding your banking needs. You should have a savings account, how to maintain a savings account. I believe that digital payments are in rage right now, but at certain point of time you have to understand what personal banking is all about, how to write checks, how to maintain checkbooks, and how to maintain your accounts very well, how to do proper NEFT or RTGS. You should have a fair idea if you're going outside India, how to manage your foreign currency. You should know all this. Coming to the practicing dentist, you should always have your income tax details. You should start paying your income tax, whatever amount of money you are earning. Even if you're not in the slab of income tax, don't consider yourself that I am not in the slab, so I should not be part of the Indian economy. You are part of it. Start reading about it. At least ask your parents or your somebody who has a good idea about income tax and everything. So start building them. They are like assets to us. So when your first income has started coming properly, invest in your life insurance, and this is very good. Apart from it, if somebody is interested in stocks and trades, demat accounts are a good way of building your assets. Coming for the dentists who are planning to have their own clinics, I believe this is a good time to learn about how to take loans. uh, if you have been doing proper income tax and you have been doing proper investments, banks are ready to give you loans like anything. The work will be like a small is a piece of cake for you, and a lot of clinics are shedding down their work. They're reducing their workload. So you should know how to uh, get about the second hand instruments or the resale value of equipment or a clinic, and you can always be a part of it, so that once you plan investing your money, it should be a wise decision. You should not invest a lot of money, because this is a COVID crisis time. It's an economic crisis also, so you should pay a lot of attention to all this. uh, I have written a small line there. um, those who fail to plan are planning to fail, and this is true. A lot of dentists are very bad at financial uh, learnings. They do not know how to retain their money. They lose a lot of money, and they do not know how to regain that money again. So please start learning more about finances. The communication skills, the biggest asset you can have. Even if you feel that you are very bad at mixing cements, or you're bad at doing root canals, or you're bad at doing dentures, but you really know how to communicate the the patient with the patient in the right way, uh, you might win over the patient, and the patients will always seek your consult. That means even if you're not giving them the treatment they are seeking, but you have actually told all the pros and cons of that treatment, and advantages and disadvantages, and the kind of economic pattern it will be of payment, that that patient will always come back to you, and they will consider you your family member. So start working on your communication skills. There's a small story. uh, if everybody is just in time, i'll I'll share a small story with you. uh, Consider yourself that you are broke, you do not have money, and you ask your god for that money. What will happen? The money will uh, the god sends somebody with the money. You take that money from god, right? But you don't speak to that person who's giving you money properly. uh, you might lose that money again. Hope you're getting the point. The person god has sent with the money, you have to speak to that person very well. That person who has the money is son of god. आप उसे भगवान का बच्चा मानो, भगवान का पहरेदार मानो, भगवान का हिस्सा मानो, उसको परमात्मा मानो. बट अगर आप एक बुरे समय से गुजर रहे हैं, या अगर आपको लगता है कि आपको फाइनेंशियल हेल्प की ज़रूरत है और आपने गॉड से वो फाइनेंशियल हेल्प मांगी है, बट जिसके थ्रू वो पैसा आना है, या जिसके थ्रू वो फाइनेंशियल हेल्प आनी है, या वो आपका नेगेटिव कैश फ्लो ख़त्म होने वाला है, अगर आप उससे ठीक से बात नहीं करोगे तो चीज़ें वैसे की वैसी हो जाएंगी जैसे पहले थी. तो स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन योर कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स. कमिंग टू द part for dentists who have already passed out their internship, they are working somewhere. The next 3-4 slides are for them. Right now we are starting a new phase in this presentation. So what has happened in dentistry, the most affected part is the financial part, and there are new guidelines, new equipment has to be bought up, PPE, fumigators, mask, patient consents have to be taken. There are limited working hours with us, and only we are taking emergency cases. So avoid buying any counterfeit products. There are a lot of counterfeit products right now in the market. When you are talking to a vendor, you are buying your stuff, you should make sure that there are multiple payment plans for you, or limit or minimum order that you can ask for, and you can uh, check the quality of the product before you buy it in bulk. Also, uh, you can ask for a price drop, or a best price that is available. So what a dentist who's already practicing or who's working somewhere, what that person should do, I'm giving a step-wise rollout for that. So what is to be done? You have to endure the PPE kits because they are suffocating. Feeling of claustrophobia is there, and hypoxic feeling is there. They are completely sealed, and you cannot take food or liquid after you are wearing them. So make sure you endure them for 3-4 days before you start working on your patients again. Wait for the right time to work. Please work in a cooler time of the day. That means in my practice, I've started working in early hours of the day around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, because in my zone, it crosses 42, 45 degrees after 10 o'clock. So I want to make sure that I'm comfortable and my patient is comfortable. uh, Clinic reopen. That means my clinic was shut it down on 22nd March because of the Janta curfew. After that, when we are reopening, so what we planned for cleaning, disinfecting and sterilizing all the surfaces, tabletops, equipments and instruments. All the electric connections were checked again. All the ventilations were seen. Airflow and water lines were checked. Dental chairs and their other parts were checked properly. All the informative posters were placed onto the clinic doors and only limited entry were done. There was no entry without masks. If the patient enters, their body temperature was taken with thermometers, and pulse oximeter was used to see their oxygen saturation. So what has to be done? You have to practice multiple times how to don and doff of your PPE kits. You have to see your patient workflow, and disposal of waste and documentation has to be done properly. Disposal of waste is important because right now the PPE kits are huge in size. The routine disposal of waste is happening in small containers, but PPE kit does not fit in, or you have to make multiple packets of disposal. So you have to talk to your uh, biomedical waste people before you start your practice. You have to at least practice for 3 to 4 days. You have to work out on how the digital prescriptions will be given, how you will receive digital consents and digital payments. They should be very clear to the patient. There has to be no discussion during the working time or after the patient has been given the treatment. The payment plan has to be told beforehand. Surface disinfection has to be done after every patient. Etching of protocol in your team's mind. That means everybody should know how everything has to be done. In absence of one of the co-colleagues or uh, co-dentists, the process should not stop. And we are only looking for emergency treatments right now. Please refer to your state and council guidelines before you start. So you have to enlist your patients with priority. I believe I am running short of time. So I will just take next 3-4 slides in a faster way. Video consultations are possible, and you can write down antibiotics and send them through text. They are valid. Uh, the next 2 slides are very important. The dentists who are at job, please do not lose hope. Things are fine. Contribute to your employer. Rebuild your reputation with your boss. There's a huge learning curve right now because the process of dentistry has changed tremendously. So you have to gain new skill and techniques, clear out all the confusions in treatment protocols, and learn in preclinical settings. That means you have to try a lot of things, that how to place rubber dam on wooden wedges and how to place your composites properly, how to use other things. You have to use it very well. Webinars are a great source of refreshing your knowledge and listening to your favorite mentors and speakers. And all the world-class educators are available online. Dentists who have lost their job, I am so sorry for them. Some dentists may lose their job, and please do not take it personally. There can be a financial crunch and the limited patients during lockdown. So there is in management, there is called as the fly light mode. That means uh, we are waiting for the government regulations and we are working with a lesser workforce. So there is a possibility that you might not be called to work. So take necessary work experience from your bosses and recommendation letters. You ask for them where you can apply again. Rebuild your resume with a lot of information. Reconnect with your friends and your co-workers, and I promise you things will get better soon. So coming out of the crux of the entire presentation, we can say some students can say that the glass was empty, and some will say that they could grasp some important information from this presentation. So hope this presentation would have shaken certain gray cells in your head, and I believe the entire thing is in a positive direction from today onwards. So the intent of this entire program was because there are a lot of students, they do not know what to do right now. There were a lot of interns who were in middle of their internship schedule, and so many interns who have just passed out and they do not know what to do. So me and Dr. Deepika were discussing this topic, and we came out with a solution that why not we give a webinar and just propose you what you should have done, or what wisdom we have gained and what we can provide you through this webinar. So we want to clear out a path for you people, and we want to remove all that jigsaw puzzle from your head. So what I have done during this lockdown, yes, I have seen this movie multiple times. It was released in 2014, and it has got one of my favorite stars from Hollywood, Scarlett Johansson and Morgan Freeman. So what is the learning from this movie? Why I have kept this uh, picture here? Because there's in this movie, because of some hormonal disbalance, Scarlett Johansson receives uh, a synthetic hormone uh, in a drug delivery system, and uh, she gains access to her brain. That means she's using more than 8 to 10% of her brain, and that usage of brain goes to 100%. And Morgan Freeman is one of the scientists she seeks help from. So she asks that what she should do with all this information that she has gained, and she's getting more of information. So Morgan Freeman, like a father, he told very small thing. He said, the smallest unit of life is a bacteria. Before it dies, it breaks into two and gives away all the information that it has. And after seeing this movie, it has impacted me deeply. Uh, Whatever information as a dentist I have gained over a period of like 20 years now, I am a September 2000 student batch. So over a period of 20 years, I have gained certain amount of information. I still need to grow a lot more in eyes of my teachers. But what I believe that I am passionate about teaching endodontics, and this is lockdown period. I'm not working on patients, but I am still reading a lot of books. So I had an opportunity to join Studental as a mentor, teach whatever I know, and I created my own YouTube channel. I had a YouTube channel for 2 years almost, but I was not giving any videos to it. So I had a very small subscription of 23, 24 people. In just last 15 days, I have crossed the first 100 subscription mark. I have added more videos to my YouTube channel. The name is My Endo Box. All the millennials or the newbies, they call it Meebo. So this name is very nice, Meebo. I like it somehow. So what I do is I'm giving a virtual training program right now that is over 12 weeks time, that has got over 22 hours of video lectures with extra 22 hours of mentorship and assessment for each participant. It is a step-by progression for understanding the concepts of endodontology. I'm not teaching something very hi-fi. That is what Jasmeet sir told. We are not teaching very hi-fi thing. What we are teaching is what is the basics of the endodontology. The mentorship also includes case related discussions, and I'm showing my cases and my challenges and my failures also to my participants. And it is giving me a customized learning curve, because the participants can showcase their own cases. They can talk to me uh, with their difficulties. It is not an open classroom like a workshop that used to happen. Anyways, workshops will not happen for another 1 year because of the social distancing norms. So these online patterns are the only thing that we are uh, providing, and I guess this is the future of teaching any information across the world. So the participants can open up, because it's a one-to-one session with my participants during mentorship, and they can open up to me with their own difficulties. So hope you can subscribe to this channel and find out if there is something interesting for you. So what all we are teaching, the module starts from 12th July. Actually it starts from 5th July, but for all the studental participants, we are making a separate module. It will start from 12th July 2020. That means another week for you to decide how to work upon it. Then it will be divided over 3 months with topics like anatomy and access opening, rubber dam application, diagnosis, radiographs, how to read them, and basics of stainless steel file and K file, the sterilization and disinfection protocols, working length determination with apex locators, rotary file systems, how to use them, what is a negative rake angle, positive rake angle, what are the cleaning and shaping protocols, intracanal medicaments and irrigation protocols. By the third month, we'll be able to teach you sealers and obturation techniques, the best of post and core systems that are available and how to do them without any flaws. Um, if somebody is interested, we'll go again with amount of magnification, how to go about it, what to buy, how to buy loops, how to buy your microscopes if you're interested, and when to use CBCT as a tool for diagnostic and your documentation. Along with that, pain management in endodontics is a very significant topic, and management of calcified canals. So this is a special fee structure that has been customized for Studently. Uh, on the right side, you can see it's a 600 rupees per week for 2 videos, but these videos will be in-depth knowledge about their topic. Coming to a 3-month module, we have customized it for 4,999 rupees for 12 weeks module. And if you buy a 10,000 rupee package like 9999, it will give you 52 weeks of assessment. That means it's a hand holding project. I'll take you stepwise on every Saturdays, like every Fridays and Saturdays, we will have almost an hour or 40 minutes of session on individual basis through this WhatsApp, Facebook. You can have a Google Duo talk if you're an international student, or if your country does not allow a Facebook or a WhatsApp call, then Google will help us. So all these modules are available on Studental from today onwards, and there are contact numbers. You can talk to the help desk in Studental also for the program. This is my favorite space, Green Park Dental. I take a lot of lectures and hands-on, and uh, all age groups join me. Maybe a very senior person or a fresh pass out. The course is open for everybody, because I have simplified the entire program so that anybody who's doing root canals with uh, K files can actually achieve this with no fear in their head. uh, I focus usually on individual participants, so there is no loss of attention from my side. I make sure that everybody learns everything that I know. So this is one of the examples from my participants. She's a MDS prosthodontist, and the program is not about what I can do. I will not showcase you what cases I have done and what I can achieve. It is all about you, what you can achieve during this program with the right kind of tools and equipments that will be showcased in the program. So I hope the lecture helps you in longer way, apart from the endodontics module that I am focusing right now. So let's conclude with this message, that when you can't control what's happening, challenge yourself to control the way you respond to it. And that's where the power is. These are my contact details. You can get onto my Facebook page, my Instagram, my LinkedIn, or you can find out about my clinic on Google also. It's the name Vijay Dental Clinic. And my YouTube channel is My Endobox. These are my contact details. Please get in touch with me if you have any doubts from this lecture or any future projects that you're looking for. And this is the last slide of today's presentation. After this, we will open our question and answer round. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. So that's what Bruce Lee said to us. That is what perfection is all about. 10,000 times. So if you are perfect in doing certain clinical treatment to a patient, you should be very good at it. Just practice it multiple times and God will help you in gaining the wisdom. Hello, Dr. Garima.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sir.
Hi, everyone. Now I request Dr. Garima to take up all the questions for Dr. Weber. Yeah. Garima, over to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for such an amazing session. It was really enlightening. We have a few questions from our students. Dr. Amrita asks, how do we deal with the uncertainty and anxiety that COVID has created in students' mind as well as the academic life?
Garima, that's a good question because everybody is uncertain about what COVID brings to us on the table. Yes, but two things are there. If we are as a student, that then college is taking care of the academic value of the entire year. Even if we do not attend the college for almost like 8-9 months, the college will try to get back to us and they will support us with the help of the universities. If we are a clinician and there is an uncertainty what will happen to our career, then you are part of the 88% of the clinicians that are working across India and the globe. So nobody knows what COVID will bring to us. But yes, the things we have in our hands is our own personal protection. That means we have to make sure that we are wearing masks, we are maintaining social distancing and taking care of our health. If you are healthy, then any uncertainty will be overcome over a period of time. Some countries have already opened up their gates and they are announcing themselves COVID free with a very minuscule amount of cases that are coming up. Certain countries like New Zealand and Australia are working with full resources in certain areas. There's a small country, Cyprus, that has also started working in full-fledged way. So just wait for your own time and things will get better. Indian government is working very hard to bring down to the numbers and making sure that everybody is safe. So right now in COVID time, safety is more important than the actual anxiety that you are going through. Make sure you and your family is safe.
Right, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes.
So next question is by Dr. Grishmi. She asks, how much does the PPE cost and do you charge extra from the patients?
Okay, that is a very good question. PPE kits are of varied kinds right now. Initially, when the PPE kits were launched, they were very expensive. They were costing from 800 rupees to 1000 rupees. And they were single unit PPE, single use PPEs. But with the advancement of the material and more knowledge about what kind of PPEs we need, there are laminated gowns that are available from a very effective range of 500 rupees onwards, and they can be sanitized and reused multiple times. There are some Teflon jackets that have, or DuPont jackets that have come up. You can wear them like your rainy coats. You can use them while working on the patient, and they're actually washable. As everybody knows that washing your hands with soap for 20 seconds is helping you disinfect. You can soak your DuPont suits into those soap waters, and you can disinfect them, just hang them dry, and you can use it on the next day. Certain PPE kits are very expensive, from 2000 rupees onwards, and they are autoclavable. So you have to see what kind of vendor is available in your locality or uh, your area, what all variety they are providing you. The basic variety starts from 250 rupees onwards. That is with Sitara certification or sealed areas, or whatever the notches and areas are there, they have been sealed with tapes. So that is the minimum requirement. Along with that, eye protection is essential. A respirator or N95 or K95, whichever is available in your area, is essential. Um, a face shield is more essential along with that. And before you doff off, or that means removing your PP, you should know how to disinfect it properly before the next use, or how to dispose it. Yes, we are ready for the next question.
Dr. Mahima asks, how does someone become a rich dentist and a successful dentist?
Okay, so that's a very big question. There is no single rule for becoming rich, because rich with mind it has no limit. Rich with money, there are so many examples of rich dentists doing poor job and looting their patients, and there can be good examples of simple dentists not earning a lot of money, but they are contented with whatever services they are providing to their patients. But yes, financial plannings are important if you are a dentist, uh, and you believe that uh, getting rich with your money, with your practice is important for you, then you have to learn from the best in the industry. You have to find out who is more accessible in your area. You have to find out if they can talk to you and teach you their money earning skills,
All right, sir.
because it's a personal choice.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, sir. So the next question is by Dr. Saurabh. He asks, should one do PG or short courses are better?
uh, it is another I must refer this question to Jasmeet sir, because he has been teaching so many PG students right now. But in my personal view, MDS gives you perspective in a specialization. And if you want to, in current time, if you want to not invest in your time and your money in post graduation, it is not that you will do a short course and you will learn the perspectives of a MDS. Yes, over a period of time and meeting a lot of MDS people, you can gain that wisdom. But doing MDS and doing short courses are two different ways of looking at dentistry. The end results are totally different. So you have to seek wisdom, like what is more important for you. Doing more patients and earning a lot of fame is important for you, or gaining a lot of knowledge followed by that fame is important for you. So when my teacher taught me or oriented me for MDS, then he asked me that if I am a guy of 25 years old and I want to practice for next 50 years, then do I wish to practice next 50 years like a BDS, or invest my 3 years for MDS and live my life as MDS for next 47 years? So my choice was live like a MDS for 47 years, and that's why I chose MDS. That was the only aim. And apart from it, I keep my hands down, because knowledge has no limitations. uh, there is no authority in the world that stops anybody from learning anything. So a short course can teach you a lot of things, or even MDS can make you a duffer.
Yeah,
It is a personal choice.
that's good. That's good. I would like to add something to it. Basically, once you try, once you get into MDS also, it's up to you how much you are going to learn.
Yes.
Even if you're not doing MDS or doing MDS or not doing MDS, it is up to how much you want to grasp the subject, how much you want to learn. Sometimes what happens, even the MDS doctors can't do any practice which a good BDS can do.
Yes.
So mostly it is up to you how much you want to learn. you can do it in short courses. A diploma course you can do, a short clinical courses you can do, and learn better than the MDS, which they can't do with the burden of the library dissertation and the dissertation and other project works, which they and spending a lot of money into it. So it's completely depending on the person who wants to do MDS or not, depending on how much they want to learn. Yeah,
And,
continue.
and so one more thing is there is a very big dilemma in dental life. What happens in is that if we have done MDS from a different subject, maybe we can say oral surgery or a periodontology, but we are practicing in a densely populated area where we could open our own clinic, and suddenly the inflow of lot of root canal treatments are happening, or lot of oral or impactions are happening, or or a particular treatment that is apart from our own specialty. We see ourselves from the patient's point of view, that if we don't know, we are less capable, but it is not that way. You can always ask your colleagues or specialists from the different fraternity to come for consultations and get you through the treatment.
Yeah, that's true. If you are in
Yes.
practicing in a rural area and you're getting more
Yes.
extraction and you are an endodontist, so it's not
Yes.
going to help you that way.
Yes. Yes.
So you have to call somebody to do the surgical process, or you can be a master without a degree in extractions also.
Yes.
So it all depends on the person to person.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the kind of cases we receive in our
Yeah,
clinic.
true.
Okay, sir. So the next question is by Dr. Roshan. He asks, sir, how do we know a certain course or a mentor is good?
So, okay. So it's like going to a movie with a pre-notion in our head that if we like something, or we like a superhero or a superstar that is already featured in that movie, and uh, if the script is good, the direction is good, the story is good, production is good, and we like the movie. But somehow, if there is a superstar, there are 10 superstars in the same movie, but the story is not right, or the production has not been done properly, or the script has not been written peacefully or with the righteous mind, then the movie can flop. This happens with most of the courses. Um, it is usually about the learning capability of the student and the teaching capability of the mentor that is conducting the course. Mostly the students come out, in my own experience, I've seen lot of participants come with their personal cases and their problems, and they want to get rid of only that particular problem without getting into the science of getting relieved, or they do not want to understand the basics of the treatment, but they want to get rid of the particular treatment problems that are happening in their practices. So we have to enter a course with an open mind. We have to grasp whatever the teacher is teaching us or the mentor is telling us, repeat it multiple times, and ask them constantly over a period of time, because we are learning for, if we understand that we are learning dental education for 4 years, and we are not reading our own books again, we are not doing justice to our patients. So it is all about the knowledge that I'm getting from my mentor. um, Usually the purpose of a course is to dissipate what a mentor knows about the subject, and if he is actually justifying the kind of information he's providing.
Okay, sir.
So the student should it takes multiple workshops. It is not just one workshop and you'll fall in love with the subject. It does not happen that way. You have to gain information from different workshops over a period of like maybe 1 year or 2 year, with multiple information brochures and videos and lectures, and then you develop your own taste about it and you learn it.
Okay, sir. So the next question is by Dr. Medha. Is it important to have a mentor in life? She asks.
Yes, of course. It is not about one mentor. You have a financial mentor, you have a spiritual mentor, you usually have a guiding light, or we say a lighthouse, that who knows answers to everything. Mostly, some families have their own gurus to talk to their societies about it. So I have, I believe all my school teachers have been my guides, and my own guide, as Jasmeet sir knows. So we are we are we talk to our gurus. Everybody has a everybody. In from my mindset, I believe that for different problems we have different gurus. Not one mentor will help.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, Dr. Gauri asks, what is more preferable, having a clinic or a government or a private job? And what kind or area should we practice in a small town or a big town?
Okay. So it's a big question.
Yes, sir.
What is preferable is completely your choice, because government jobs can be very tedious. They can be a lot of hardship, or totally reverse to it, they can be in a rural area and you don't get patients, and you don't get to work a lot. You have a 3 or 4 hour practice, and you live in lesser resources but with a peaceful life. So it comes out totally in a different way. If you have got a very good mentor who has got a private practice, and they are willing to teach you the best part of dentistry, then you will always prefer going to a job first, followed by, if anybody who's doing dentistry and is passed out, we need to have a kind of certain wisdom before we start our own practice. So it is always preferable to learn from certain seniors. It can, if you get an opportunity to enter into a government job, nothing like that, because the kind of exposure you get in a government job because of the OPD is much more. But in private practices also, you have a lot of practices have huge OPD, around 60 to 100 patients, and you get to learn a lot. So nothing like that. It is a totally personal choice. The second part was, can you repeat the question again, Garima? Second
Sir,
part.
what kind of area should we practice in? A small town or a big town?
Small town or big town? They both have advantages and disadvantages. When you practice in a small town, there are possibilities that you will not get access to a lot of training programs. You might have to travel a lot of hours, because if you consider a small town and it connects to Pune or Mumbai for maybe 4 hours, 5 hours journey, then you will lose the entire day just going to that workshop only, or to get a particular machinery. Particular equipment will not be repaired properly. But in small towns, what happens is the connectivity between the people is large. A lot of people know you, they understand you, and there is a kind of family relation that happens. So you do not become just one dentist for one patient, you become dentist for the entire family. So it becomes a huge game. Coming to big towns, yes, the competition will be more, but you have more chances to showcase your own particular skill. Also, you will get access to a lot of what you say educational programs. Latest equipment will reach you very early. You will be notified about latest technologies way early than anybody in small town. So both have their own pros and cons. It is just our personal choice how much we want to invest in our practice.
Yeah, I would like to add something on that. See, if you're practicing in a bigger town, the depending, like bigger town is divided into different sections. Means if somebody is practicing in Mumbai, for example, or in Delhi, the Mumbai and Delhi's like places are divided into different areas: South Delhi, North Delhi, West Delhi, East Delhi. Mumbai is again divided. Thane is one part, then Worli is one part. Then there are different areas. So you can reach, the traveling part is more in big cities, as well as you will be pertaining and staying in a particular area. You won't be able to access in all part, you won't be practicing in all part of the city. You'll be pertaining to that particular area. So it confines you to that 10 to 12 kilometer area. So if you are going below that, above those areas, or far you are traveling, then you are wasting a lot of your time in and your family time in that, and that is more crucial, I think. Yeah.
Sir, I think these were the questions, sir. Now I will hand over the mic to Jasmeet, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Garima, for taking the Q&A. I would like to thank Dr. Vaibhav Garg for taking out the time from his schedule and giving us such an enlightened lecture related to dentistry. He has started it very beautifully. Slowly, gradually, he has gone in the depth of dentistry and with the spiritual way, and they have soothed the students who are in the dilemma what to do right now when they are in a situation where they can't practice, they can't do anything, they're sitting at home. So very nicely done, Dr. Weber. I must congratulate on you on that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And
Thank you so much.
yeah,
And I must tell all the listeners that Jasmeet sir has been a very good guide to me. When I was a student, he was my senior, and he was always carrying my tantrums on his shoulders, and he used to help
that,
me a lot.
thanks
So
for
thank
saying
you,
that.
sir, for giving
Thank,
this opportunity also.
thank you.
And I guess our relationship has grown over 11, 12 years now.
Sure,
So
sure, sure.
thank you for the opportunity for making a part of Studental also.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. For just a reminder for all the students here, I would like to share something. Next week, what we are having is a lecture by Dr. Pradeep Shetty, that is exploring pathway of pulp, simplified way for the beginners. It is a very basic lecture he's going to take for you all. It's like a DIY for you all. So how to start with the root canal. Those interns who have posted, I didn't get a chance to go for endodontic treatment. This is a very good platform for you to learn. It's on 12th of July, 2020 at 2 p.m. For the next lecture. Few more things I would like to tell you. This again on 19th we are having what all you need to do for studying abroad. One more lecture from our overseas associate Dental 101. Dr. Dipesh Sanjuja is going to take the lecture. He's an Australian-based dentist. Very fine gentleman. He is doing a very good job in Australia for the students. So Dental 101 is his company, what we have collaborated with. 19th July, just take care. On 4th p.m., we are going to have this. Then again, lectures and all the certified courses are available on Studental. You can go there. You can choose your courses. If you want to do a diploma course, that is also available. If you want to do a clinical short courses, those are also available on Studental. You can go and visit Studental for the same. So again, thank you very much, all of you. And I just now call this session off. Thank you for participating. Thank you.